I probably should not have bought it, but I did. My guess is this is going to be pretty bad, but fun. I will get to the end here eventually, guys. I got too many books. Hello, welcome to I Read This Book with Chris. I am Chris. Today I have yet to read this book. This is another book haul. I got myself a bunch more books. And while showing you these books that I have yet to read, I have got myself a lime and bitters soda. The first few books to show you, I got two more books from my cookbook collection. They are The Best International Recipe and The Best American Side Dish. These are both from America's Test Kitchen from the editors of Cooks Illustrated. I like these recipes. These will be, I believe, my 9th and 10th cookbook from these guys. I like them because they explain why they are why the recipe is the way the recipe is. Like for this one, they're side dishes. If you have potatoes on the side, what kind of oil are you going to want to cook with? Is butter the best, or bacon grease, or lard, or olive oil? Do you want to bake? Do you want to roast? Do you want to broil? Do you want to do a two-step process? All these things. And they go and they say, we tried all these things. This didn't work. This kind of worked. This worked the best. And I don't always follow them exactly, but if I'm going to cook something, especially that I don't have experience or that I'm not super happy with the way that I cook things, definitely a good little starting point. Most of the time, there's a short article with every recipe explaining why they did the way they did. So I have too many of these guys on my bookshelf. I pick them up if you get the chance. The next few books that I picked up, these are my Christian books. This is a book of Christian prayer by a Catholic book publishing company. I have a collection of prayer books, and this will be a nice little addition. I don't exactly know how these work. I got another one of these books. It is some sort of Episcopal, which is the English church, and I could not understand how to use it. But I kept this one because it looks like it has a general, a little easier to understand. I'm not a Catholic, but I like being able to reference some of these written prayers. I think it's useful to have some written prayers. Saying that, I also have these two books by Bishop Robert Barron, Lenten Gospel Reflections, and then A Call to a Eucharistic Revival. I've heard about him, don't know much about him. He has a YouTube channel. Don't know much about him, as I said, but they were free, so I picked those up. The cookbooks I got at a local bookstore, and I used my credit while they were on sale, so they were a very good price as well. Alrighty, now time for the fun stuff. This, I got 3 modern sci-fi. Modern sci-fi is a little bit outside of my normal range. Normally, I like the older science fiction. Some new stuff is good. A lot of it, I don't know, not the biggest fan of. But this is The Fold, a novel by Peter Clines. It's a pretty cool looking cover, and you can tell by the cover that it's a modern book. 2015. So it's 10 years old, which is pretty modern for me. Let's see. The folks in Mike Erickson's small New England town would say he's just your average everyday guy, and that's exactly how Mike likes it. blah blah blah. Using a cryptic computer equation and magnetic fields to fold dimensions, it shrinks distances so that a traveler can move hundreds of feet with a single step. The invention promises to make mankind's dream of teleportation a reality. And the scientists insist traveling through the door is completely safe, yet evidence is mounting that this miraculous machine isn't quite what it seems, and that its creators are harboring a dangerous secret. So it's some sort of mystery, featuring a hero worthy of Sherlock Holmes and a terrifying final twist. I hope it's not too much of a thrill. I'm not generally a big fan of that sort of stuff. I'm not a big fan of the scary stuff, but it looks fun. I do like the cover, and it's good for me to try things that are a little different. In Universes by Emmett North. This one looks very modern. Let's see, 2024. Very brand new. Raffi works in an observational cosmology lab searching for dark matter and trying to hide how little they understand their own research. Every chance they get, they escape to see Britt, a queer sculptor who fascinates them for reasons they also can't or won't understand. Raffi's careful, constructed life begins to collapse, and they become increasingly fixated on the multiverse and the idea that somewhere there may be a universe where they mean as much to Britt as Britt does to them. And just like that, Raffi and Britt are 13 years old, best friends, and maybe something more. In Universes is a mind-bending tour across parallel worlds, each in answer to the question of what Raffi's life would be like if things had happened a little different. We'll see. Don't know much about it, but I did like the cover. I mean, a lot of books, they say don't judge a book by the cover. I judge a lot of books by the cover. I knew it was going to be modern, which is not the best, but that also means it may not be. The cover means I might like it. Who knows? This is probably my favorite book out of the collection, but just based on the cover. Spaceman Blues by Brian Francis Slattery. A love song. What a breathless, mad tornado of words. When it shakes itself awake, the earth trembles, and the helpless reader is dragged gladly into its light. I haven't had this much fun with a book in years. By Harlan Ellison. When Manuel Rodrigo del Guzman Gonzalez disappears, Wendell Apogee decides to find out where he has gone and why. But in order to figure out what happened to Manuel, Wendell must contend with parties, cockfights, and chases in an underground city whose people live in houses suspended from cavern ceilings, urban weirdos and alien assassins, immigrants, the black market, flight, riots, and religious cults. If that doesn't sound exciting, plus a little review from Harlan Ellison on the front cover, I mean, this one looks right up my alley. I really do think I'm going to like that one, even if I'm not the biggest fan of some of the other ones. Here are a few more standalone science fiction. All of these modern ones I got at a library book sale. I think they might have cost me $1 or $2 each. I do not remember. The rest of these old science fiction I got at the bookstore where I have credit, so it cost me nothing. This is by Poul Anderson, Tau Zero. Poul Anderson, very hit or miss. Some of his stuff is great, some of it is not. Humanity has mastered the technology for interstellar colonizing flight. The starship Leonora Christine is the ultimate expression of man's quest for immortality. The crew and passengers in this great endeavor, each with his own specialized knowledge, vital to the mission, represent the human race's outward urge. Disaster strikes. First colonizing ship, it appears to be. The cover is really ugly. I don't understand the meaning behind it, but it is what it is. Yeah, 1970. This is the 1976 edition, so maybe the 1971 has a better cover. Definitely looks 1970s. Just sort of depressing cover. Another book by Poul Anderson I just picked up because of the name, Space Folk. This one was printed in 1989. Not a whole lot to say about it. In the Keep of Time by Margaret J. Anderson. Olivia, look out! The thick, swirling mist trapped the children inside the ancient tower, and before they can grab her, Olivia is swallowed up in the mist. Desperately, Eleanor and Andrew fight their way through the cloudy, floating shapes. They plunge down the castle stairs, calling. Will they find Olivia, or has she disappeared forever? Seems to be, a kid's book. That has something to do with time travel or weird stuff. I'm not very good at guessing the ages, but it's 172 pages. They're probably about 5th grade. It's a longer chapter book. Somewhere around that. It looks pretty fun. And then The Infinite Battle by David Bishkoff. Back. Got a little fun little reading up top. Women Against the Universe. Laura Shemzak, irreverent, rebellious, beautiful, a woman with an impossible mission to rescue her beloved brother, the most brilliant physicist of the Empire, from the awesome aliens Jackstron. To succeed, Laura must gain control of the top secret Mark XT blip ship, and to do that, she is forced into an uneasy alliance with the notorious space pirate and the bitter, cynical Captain Tars Northern. That's when Laura's adventure really begins. My guess is this is going to be pretty bad, but fun. It's 171 pages, originally printed, 1985. Probably not super great, probably fun. It's got pirates. Yeah, and it's part of a series apparently, book 1 of the Starhounds, which I've never heard of. Pretty fun looking little romp. We have these 3 books, which are collections of sci-fi collections. Universes 5 edited by Terry Carr. I really love the cover on these old hardcover book club editions. Fritz Leiber, Ursula K. Le Guin, and then a bunch of names no one's heard of. Gene Wolfe, I think I've heard of. Other Times, Other Worlds, Science Fiction by a Master Storyteller by John D. MacDonald. There we go. So this, I have no idea what to expect. John D. MacDonald, I don't know a whole lot about him. I know he's mainly famous for one big series, and it's like some sort of spy thriller thing. It's a chance to read from an author that I've never heard of, but is pretty well known. Whether or not he's any good, who knows? And then Beyond Time and Space. This one I picked up just because of how old it is. It was published in 1950. Short stories going back, 1931, 1933, 1949, 1937. Plus, you can tell, one, looking at the spine is a little different. And then if you look at the ratio, so this is your modern or mass market paperback, and this guy, as you can see, is a little shorter. It's the same width. Some of the older ones stick out a little bit, but this one's the same width. So, just a different little shape. Makes things interesting. I will get to the end here eventually, guys. I got too many books. Alrighty. This is part of the Martian Tales by Edgar Rice Burroughs, Lana of Gothal. This is the 10th one in the series, and it's a series I've been trying to build up so I can have a full collection so I can read through it. You find them every once in a while, but trying to find a complete set is a little hard, especially if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money. Edgar Rice Burroughs, though, was one of the first people to write modern science fiction. Very sword and sorcery type stuff. The Martian series and the Moon Main series is, from my understanding. Next one is The Hospital Station by James White. I recently did a video about this series that he did, which is doctors dealing with new situations due to new meeting different alien species. And this is another book in that series. In his, let's see, Galactic Sector 12 General Hospital series. So, I liked the other ones. They were nothing special, but they were fun. So that's another book to keep on reading. Let's see. Another book to build with my series with. Philip Jose Farmer, The Dark Design. This is the third volume in the Riverworld series. We watched, I believe this was like the 2001 TV pilot that got scrapped and it was turned into a movie, made for TV movie, based off Riverworld. Me and my wife watched it. She liked it and she wants to read it. So I've been collecting those for her. Not really my type of thing, Riverworld. It's a little woo-woo for me. But that's the third in the series, so I'm building up that collection too, so I can give that to her so she can read it. These next four I have are Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap was a TV show. I'm pretty sure the idea is a guy wakes up and he's in someone else's body, and then over the episode there's a mystery that he needs to solve, and then whether it's because he solves it or because it's for a day or whatever, when he is done, at the end of the episode, he then goes to sleep or is then transferred to a different body, and has different things to deal with. That's my understanding. I might be 100% wrong about what Quantum Leap is. But there were 4 books in the novelizations that were made after it. An all-new original novel based off the Smash series, yeah. So it seems to be that these aren't the novelizations, but these are novels that are based off it. So, who knows? They're probably trash, but I sort of grabbed all of the ones they had once I saw it. Alrighty, now this is the book I spend all the money on. This was a $10 book. The rest of these, I might have spent $10 on all of them because I had stored credit. But this one I spent $10 on from my P.G. Wodehouse collection. P.G. Wodehouse 5 complete novels. The Return of Jeeves, Burst D. Worcester Sees Through It, Spring Fever, The Butler Did It, and Old Reliable. I don't know that I have the Old Reliable. I think I do. I think that's one of the ones where there was a different title based off, released in the UK versus America. I don't know why they do these things. I need to check my list. But main reason I got this is I have seen books that look like this, that are the same printer, the Avnell compilations. But I've never seen one of these for P.G. Wodehouse. I don't know whether or not there are more of these where they have 5 more novels, or this is the only one that they did, but I really liked it. The dust jacket's in great condition. I probably should not have bought it, but I did. Probably will never actually read out of that book unless I don't have the other copy of The Old Reliable. But I got it. That happened. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there's any in here that you think I should read. Thanks for watching.